Karina here from Mobuzz TV, talking net neutrality, but with a bit of a twist. Recently, we had our friend Enrique Dans in the studio with us to chat about net neutrality. Enrique teaches at the Instituto de Empresa in Madrid, and he is a wealth of tech business knowledge, which he shares with the world on his blog at enriquedance.com. So, we're all fairly familiar with the net neutrality debate as it's being played out in the US. The telcos would like to be able to charge more for the speedy delivery of their services, while content providers and users would kinda like things to stay as they are, with everyone getting the same access. But what about the rest of the world? Is this important for Europe, for example? Should people across the pond be paying attention to what those crazy Yanks are doing? Or is this an American scuffle? Well, Enrique weighed in for us.
The problem is that we are talking about global companies and we are talking about the internet, which is global in nature. So if American telecom companies decide to change the structure of the internet and decide to build tiered structure on the internet, that would affect us, of course, because that would affect the way the services are being offered, the way the companies or the individuals pay for the services, etc.
I was also curious as to whether or not the intentions of the telcos in Europe were comparable to those in the US. Is it any less likely that Europe's telcos will push for a two-tiered system?
It's the same situation for them, or even worse in the case of European telcos. The problem with European telcos is they are way more focused on several sources of revenue that are under heavy attack with the new business models like voice over IP. The American average telecom company is getting most of the revenues through flat rates versus the average European telco, which is getting most of the revenues through roaming, through per minute charges, etc.
And of course, the important question is, why does all this matter? I mean, having your email delivered like snail mail is one immediate sort of side effect we might envision, but what about larger issues? Is this really a threat to innovation?
Yes, it is. It is a threat to innovation in the way that more control, the internet has been so extremely innovative and has been able to foster innovation that much because of lack of control and regulation. So mainly this lack of control and regulation is what fostered innovation extremely well on the internet.
Then seeing that it is a threat to innovation, I asked Enrique to discuss whether or not, after a loss of net neutrality in the States, it might be possible that companies would seek to base themselves outside the US in search of net neutral territory.
Well, I think again that the internet has a global nature. So as soon as we start to get into these tiered structures, etc., I don't think there's going to be a way to get out of that. I mean, this is going to move all over the world pretty fast because there's no way to have such a structure only for US customers or only for US firms, because everyone would access through proxies or do things like that.
Well, there you go. As the US goes, so could go the rest of the world, at least in terms of internet regulations. I want to thank Enrique Dans for coming and shooting the breeze with us, and to encourage all of you to follow the advice he gave to me at the end of the interview, which is, in the absence of political action on this subject, which has yet to develop in Europe, the best thing you can do is to be informed and have an opinion.